Okay, now I've gotten the rest for the birds glued and nailed in place, and I've got the side pieces on, and what I did is I just screwed these two and glued them just because there's so little piece of wood that's holding, and I just didn't want to rely just on glue. And I also, if you can see that, I on the table saw, and I didn't show this out in my shop is cold. But I cut 2 grooves, as you can see. This is where the plexiglass will slide in. Now I'll glue in a little tiny piece in the bottom, about 1/2 inch to 5/8 of an inch up, so that the plexiglass won't slide all the way to the bottom. That's what will let the bird feed come out. You can see here's the other side. And before I glue them all in, I sand all the edges just to make sure that it looks nice. Sand all these edges here. Now I am ready to make the top, like this one, like these. This is the hinge side, and these I'm making, you can either put pipe flange. This is a 1/2 inch pipe flange, and you can mount this on the bottom in the center and then use a 1/2 inch pipe, or you can take and drill a hole through the 2 tops, drill a hole through there and put this a cable with a loop on the end, and then what it would do is you would mount it to the underside of the fixed, so then that when you drill the hole, it will have a groove that this cable will sit in. So that's 2 different ways you can hang or mount the bird feeder. So now we'll start making the top. This is my curious cat, Carmel. He's always in the way, but that's okay. He's just a kitten. He likes to see what I'm doing. Yeah. Okay, here's how I fit the top. Once I set this piece on the top, I need to cut this angle. So I center the 2. And then I take a protractor. Oops. Sometimes it'd be nice to have 3 arms, but 3 hands. And draw a line. And I just set it on this cross member, and I had it on the center. And you could take a little spring clamp and hold it in place if you wanted to do that. That would be easier. But then once I have my angle drawn, now I'll cut this on, I'll set my table saw on at the right angle to cut this angle, and then I'll cut both sides. And then these are a little bit long this way, so I'll trim these off square slightly, and then I'll anchor one side permanent and the other will be a hinge side. I'll be right back. Okay, now I've got the angles cut, and you see I've left a little bit of a gap there, and I do that purposely so that the two surfaces when the hinge is on will not bind. That way it's when this piece comes down, or whichever these two surfaces won't hit. If they hit, they could, if the wood swells or what, you know, it won't, then this piece wouldn't come all the way down. So this, it just gives a little better closing, not fighting each other. Now I'm going to sand these all up. I'll paint them, and we'll mount one side.